by the way.
Hello and welcome to another. Welcome to Don't Worry, Just Paint. We are, I believe, our third class.
The third class, yeah.
Our third class. Today we are going to be painting the Nolzur Miniatures Frost Giant. Continue painting these guys. We started a weeks ago. On last week because I got sick. So
Terribly sick.
it was not fun at all.
Well,
How
it
have you
depends.
been? What have you been painting lately?
I've been working on just for making a variation. A set for Warhammer 40k, the Betrayal of Cult 40k set, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good set. It has a lot of Space Marines and some heavy support, and that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm just supporting Ronin's label. And here in Mexico City last week we had the Mega XP. It's
Oh, shotgun.
yeah, okay. Which was a little event here in Mexico City about games, tabletop games and video games. So I was there last week just supporting the running label. Yeah, that's pretty much. Unfortunately, not much painting for me along the week.
I'll be right back. Go ahead. Tell me what you're doing with the Nolzur Miniatures. What we're going to be working on today.
Okay, yeah. Well, we were working on this piece last time. We just advanced to make all this leather fabric and also this part of the armor. Okay, yeah.
Short. Fixing the lighting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, please. That makes me look like brownie. Fix that for me. And well, we also made the sculpting of the hair because, well, it looks nice because it has a hood covering its head. But I started with the idea that I like a little hair on the back on the head, and Josh also made the same thing to his giant kit. Mine looks like I don't know, in the punk hairdo. Josh's is kind of like he went the professional, right?
All right.
It looks
So,
nice. I'm ready for in some Norse gods already. So we're going to continue with the fabric, with the leather, the armor, and we're going to continue with the hair. We're going to make the first layer, cover the hair. We're going to use Josh is gonna try to use the primer, the acrylic primer.
go ahead and get my guy up here now so people can see what I'm
Yeah,
working
please.
on.
Can see what you're doing over there.
So, I'm going to jump in and let them see mine here. So this is what I'm working on here. This is my miniature that I've been working on. I'm a little bit further behind him. He's a much faster painter because he's the teacher. And no worries, no worries, Angeli. It's fine. I understand a long day. So I'm just glad I got the captions working. The closed captions are finally working, so you can just watch. So yeah, this is the miniature that I've been working on. I'm going to be working on two miniatures today. This one here, I need this for the next game coming on Sunday. And let me go ahead and get this. I need to get this zoomed in. 1 second. Here, camera, configure video. Let's get this proper zoomed. Yeah. Maybe we don't need this page here. Here's one. Proper focus. Here we go. So I'm working on this guy here. He's going to be an NPC that's really important. I guess I'll do ahead and give, since you guys are watching, this is a little spoiler. This is going to be Elincia's father that she has never seen because she heard the guy just left her mom. But it like that. We're going to have a surprise guest appearance from a Patreon supporter who's a Commander supporter at $25 a month. So he's going to be able to live stream with us and play the character that he created. Created this character when he was one of his original characters that he made for like I think second edition Dungeons and Dragons. And we transported up to 5e and he's put it into my world because he wanted to bring this character back to life. And I'm going to let him play his own character that he played since he's such a big supporter for the Patreon. He's the one who allows me to buy pizzas for my group.
For your group? Okay.
Yeah, so it cost me $5 to buy a large pizza. I only make about $30 a month now. So I spend $20 just making sure my players are fed.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm happy with that.
No, that's awesome indeed. Not everyone can say that. Yeah.
So yeah, we my gosh, I suddenly forgot your name.
Okay.
Hill, yeah, this morning too, I actually just got out of bed pretty much and threw this all together. So we decided, he showed me how I could model with green stuff. And actually, he showed me so well that I taught my girlfriend how to model with green stuff. My girlfriend painted her very first miniature, and ashamed to say, not really ashamed, proud to say, she's
Indeed.
much, much better than I am. This is her first ever miniature that she painted. Her first ever miniature. This is a WizKids Wizard Mini, and you wouldn't know from seeing this, but the man is actually a bald wizard. And she was able to
sculpt the hair.
Sculpt the hair. She didn't do exactly as I showed her because she did it like at 2 in the morning. She had to stay up because she was going on a trip to Acapulco this weekend, and she wanted to finish it for my game. But she was able to blend the greens, make the spell. And she was able to get this hair. Like, look at that hair. I was so shocked when I got up and I looked at the model to see if it was finished before she left, and well, lo and behold, she did finish it. The only problem with this one model is this piece is very fragile. This staff. I haven't figured out how to fix that. I thought about maybe pins, but it's so thin. I don't think I can use a pin.
I know, I don't recommend it. Don't do that.
So I'm not sure what I can do. I guess just hold it from the base and hope it never breaks.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it came with a base. I don't know what is it.
This is a Nolzur miniature wizard. It came with 2 old men wizards with big beards.
Yeah, and it had 2 little round bases. I don't know where they are, but once you got them, indeed we're gonna work on how to customize some bases. So I'm not worried. And yeah, you should try to take it from the.
Should I jump over to you so they can see what you're doing with the?
You can share the screen. Yeah, that's.
Here we go. He's working right now and painting the green stuff. And it looks like he's going to give this guy some golden hair.
Yeah,
a golden guy. Excuse me, a golden Norse giant. It seems with that golden blonde hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Not all. Indeed, it's gonna be almost white. But I have to do the first base coat. We're gonna show them how to use the primer. You already have the acrylic primer here.
I have the primer today. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I have a new setup. This is the new studio setup.
Oh yeah. We have to show them somehow.
I can show you with my camera. Guys, check out this new studio. You guys are going to be blown away. So I have a new studio. I have a place for the paint, a place for all the models.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and show my camera real quick. It's going to get really crazy in a second. Actually, maybe I'll post your camera first. Get mine ready.
Yeah, you finally had your space, your own space, and pretty awesome because.
All right, let me go ahead and get the focus fixed. So this is my studio space. Here's the side of the table where I can type to you guys. That's where the paint goes. This is where the paint goes. This is where all the miniatures I need to paint are. And, well, not just paint, but also all the miniatures that have been painted already, too. Pretty much everything is there because I stand right in front of that when I'm DMing. And I can just reach back and grab whatever miniature I need. Up here are the books. And some other miniatures that I have displayed. And then these things are really, really cool. If you can see them in this bright, bright light. my player decided to craft some potions, and he didn't just include the dice inside, but the ingredients you would need. Ingredients you would need to make them. So here's a longevity potion. Inside is a dice, a d6 for getting an extra d6, a spider, a talon or a tooth, and then a pepper. He included all those things to show that like this is all the stuff you need. So I'm going to be using this for my shop, for my YouTube show when I'm inside the shop and I have like drinks and stuff like that. I'm going to start collecting beer bottles and glasses, put them up, and it'll be my little shop of adventure stuff that I found. Those masks have come from the island of Janitzio, Mexico, that I've collected. There's a, I call it the dragon egg, but it's actually an ostrich egg that has a Serengeti carving with zebras on it. I have some critical role dice here. A lot of fun stuff. Some Ted's Lounge paper craft. This is a 3D printed model of a tavern that was made for the show. Lots of fun stuff here that I'll be using. All these masks are from Janitzio, Mexico. I definitely recommend getting some if you ever go to Mexico. This is one from one of my favorite comics. I got it when it came on Kickstarter, LFG. Anyways, you're not here to see all of my stuff, so let me go ahead and turn the cam back to the painting.
You didn't get to the books.
Yeah, I have all the books up there now, so I can just use them for reference. And this is my study area too, so I can prepare for my shows and prepare for my games. What I'm going to eventually do is I'm going to, of course, turn the table probably, and I'll turn this table, push one of the tables back, and that's when I'll make the YouTube show. I have a green screen behind me. I pinned it up to the wall, so I don't have to keep putting it up every time and use tripods. I just pinned it up to the wall, and it works really nice. I'm really excited about how everything's going. I'm thinking about getting, let me just change this camera angle real quick. So it's, actually I guess the camera angle is not too bad. It's looking down at us, but I don't think it's too bad.
No, that's pretty good.
So let's go ahead and get started.
And they can see what we're working on the table, so
I think so too. Now, okay, let's see here. You're working on that. I'm going to, the hardest part I have, and teacher, I know we talked a little bit about this last time. I'm brand new at painting. My girlfriend, she has an advantage on me because she knows her colors and how to mix them. I do not. Fun little thing is, she also created this in her first thing ever. Let me go ahead and jump over the camera. She created a wet palette. Her teacher showed her how to do that, and she looked it up, of course, on YouTube as well. And we don't have the right papers, but if you want to create a cheap wet palette so your paint never dries, I would recommend using, she uses paper towels. She gets a sponge, she gets it wet, and she doesn't even use water. She uses water for the wet palette. This paint will not go dry in this. Well, this is a room I'm just moved in with my girlfriend in January, and I've been working on this for 2 months. I have a light in this corner and a light in this corner on a tripod. And this one is actually, this is done. I installed a bar across the whole room and screwed in the light. And I can actually make more lights and attach more lights if I need to.
they are not directly. I mean, because that would, I don't know.
Actually, it's not overlit. I think we actually need more light to make sure that we're covered for the green screen. But the great thing I have is I have a filter for the light so it doesn't blow us away. Mm-hmm. Now this one here, you see, my girlfriend does not use a water bin, a little jug of water to rinse her brushes because she heard that it actually damages the brushes because they have to get smashed. And so I was really shocked that there was no cleanup involved. When I came to look at the thing, I was like, what brush did she use? I couldn't find the brush that she used. They all looked super sharp. What she did is she used this kind of I'm not sure if it's an alcohol, but it's a type of a special mixture solution. She sprays onto this, and she sprays it on, and then it cleans the brush at the same time. It doesn't just like rinse the brush out, it cleans the brush out. And she just gently, after she uses the brush, she gently goes like this, and it keeps the tip sharp.
Remember to twist it.
As you can see now, the tip is much, much sharper than it was before. Let me go ahead and focus that in so you can see how sharp it really is. Like, it has a nice point. Look at that. That didn't have a point just a minute ago. Let's see if I can try it with another brush. Try it with this brush. So this solution, I have to figure out exactly what the solution is. But here's a brush here. You can see it's not completely sharp. Let's go ahead and show it here. I feel like I'm in an infomercial.
Indeed.
You buy my solution. And now look at how sharp this brush is. It's to a point now. So this is a trick that I learned from my girlfriend who picked it up from well, online and from her teacher, and I was really impressed with how well it goes, how sharp it goes. Look at this. It wasn't sharp like that just a minute ago. Now I can actually paint with details. I was so frustrated with my paintbrushes, thinking they were terrible paintbrushes, these Virtuoso paintbrushes that I picked up from Amazon. And I heard, no, those are good brushes.
And they are
VeggieTales? Oh my gosh, this closed caption is really funny sometimes. It says it's talking about VeggieTales.
Yeah, you have to remember to give the maintenance to your tools. In this case, yeah, you can use something like that. But also, we already talked about that. The brushes are specifically made for some purposes. For example, what Josh got in Amazon for the first time was some brushes specifically made for aquarelle. I don't know how you go. Yeah, that's
acrylic.
Acrylic, no, aquarelle. Aquarelle. Somehow an acrylic paintings.
Okay.
But they are almost translucent. That's what you got. That's why they are so soft. That's why they absorb so many paintings. They're for color watercolors.
Really, watercolors, because they said it is for acrylic painting as well on the page.
They use
acrylic variety.
Yeah, and they use acrylic paints on watercolor. So that's what you got. Also, you have. I remember that you have some sculpting tools, and also the brushes are used for cleaning or for smoothing the clay for sculptors. In this case,
that's interesting because the Virtuoso, actually, the Virtuoso brush I got a set of them. It comes with brushes from 0 to all the way to like 4 0.
And they have a special.
But they're made for they're made for acrylics.
For acrylics, yeah. Yeah. And they have the specific brand or a specific branch for acrylics and for painting, literally.
So, teacher, what should I focus on today? I don't know what color to paint my miniature.
Okay.
How do I figure that out? How do I know what color to use?
Well, you had a reference last time, I remember. I don't know if you still have it.
Pop it back up. It's in here. 1 second. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get that image. Well, here's the reference you're talking about?
No. You have the image of that one.
Okay, so here's the image of the giant. Okay, yeah, so use a reference picture.
Yeah, because in this case, you don't want to... you want to have a reference that helps a lot. In this case, I'm not using one, but doesn't mean that I don't have an idea of how do I want my giant to look.
Now, Angeli, she's a commission painter.
Okay.
She says I use grease-proof paper for baking.
Yeah, that's right.
For my wet palette, as I have found it holds water well and doesn't tear. I think that's probably a good idea. I haven't found grease. I'm not a very good shopper. I kind of depend on my girlfriend for shopping a lot of times, especially when it comes to anything dealing with cooking. So, excuse me. Still have a little bit of a cold. And I'm gonna ask her to find some wax paper. Maybe I can go ask somebody that works at the store to help me find the wax paper because I'm a little bit hopeless when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Indeed, that's what I was telling you before the show begins.
And we
That's
talked
the
a
kind
little
of,
bit about wet pallets
yeah,
before.
that's the kind of paper that you get into the grocery store. Well, into the malls
Yeah, the
in the
mall,
meat
the big.
where they sell you the meat, the sausage. They involve they cover the meat
Well,
with
I'm
that
gonna go
kind of
grab some
paper.
today.
And yeah, you can ask them to put double paper to cover your meat, and well, you take one extra sheet. That helps. That's the kind of paper you use for the wet pallet.
I have an announcement to make. I found something recently. I didn't realize this, and I'm
I
kicking my
have
butt because
I had nothing to do with that.
I
I'm
think,
gonna
threw
deny
away the
everything.
receipt. So if you recently bought the Adventurers Campsite by Nolzur's, and on the back it says that it comes with 2 scrolls, 2 spellbooks, 3 adventure packs, 2 weapon racks, 2 bags of holding, um, 2 kegs, 3 treasure chests, and 2 campfires. That was a misprint by the company when they first printed their first shipment.
Oh no,
I
yeah.
happened to pick it. Yeah, well, I didn't notice until my friend looked at it. He's like, "Well, you're missing a lot of pieces. You only have 2 chests, 1 fire, 1 scroll, 1 spellbook." And so I went online and I found out that you can, if you got picked up this product, then you can, if you have the
Awesome.
receipt, take a picture of your receipt, send it into WizKids, and they will send you the extra pieces that were supposed to be in the box because of the mistake they made. It's actually not supposed to have all those pieces. So,
But
unfortunately,
that's so
I
good. Yeah.
think I threw away my receipt because I didn't want my girlfriend to see how much I spent.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with that.
So this is the nice thing that WizKids is doing. You can only do it for 1 box, I believe. You can't like go and buy a whole bunch of them and hopefully get a bunch of scrolls. But the pieces are really detailed, and so I
Yeah,
would
they
recommend
were.
if you did get this, or if you can find it with this label, get it because you can get an extra pack. You can get which you can actually glue to your miniatures and use it for modding miniatures. You get 2 fires. You get 3 rolls for like an adventuring party. You would get 3 chests, 2 bags of holding, 2 spellbooks, 2 sacks, 2 kegs, and 2 scrolls, which are really, really highly detailed. So look it up if you can find your local
Pretty
game store. Check it out, and if they have it, I would pick it up, and then you have the receipt. You have to do it within 3 months, I believe, of purchasing it. 90 days, and otherwise it goes invalid. So that's a little quick tip from the Winged Horizon. So hopefully you can get a little bit of extra loot for your adventures and for painting.
They're pretty useful.
Hot tip of the day, yeah. I just hope I can do it tonight. Today after the show, I'm actually gonna go to the store and be like, "Can you give me a print?" Because I had their electronic receipt, but it just shows how much
It cost, yeah.
No, it just shows how much I paid. Yeah, and it's like, oh crap, I would need more than that. Let's see what you're working on again. I'm gonna jump over to you.
I'm pretty sure they can give you. You got it at the NAM store,
All right,
right?
what are you working on?
I'm
Let's
still
see
working
here.
on the yeah, that's right. They can they no. Okay, I'm working on the armor.
What are you painting the armor? What are you using? Are you using a base paint? Are you gonna do some layers on top of that later?
No, I'm using the. This is the first layers. I'm just using the base colors here. I'm not jumping into the layers. Everything I'm doing right now are just base color. Okay, and going forward with yours, you're gonna use this. I think you have here an burnt iron color. Yeah,
Burnt
that's right.
iron, okay. All
For the
right.
beginning, yeah. For the armor on all the metallics, you're gonna use this color you have already here.
Now, what would you recommend for the burnt iron? Is that for the axe head, or is that for the shaft?
For everything that you have on metallics, do not worry yet for that. Everything that is gonna be on metallics, that is gonna be for burnt iron. For the silver metallics, for the gold, we're gonna get there in time. Because I see that there's a lot of browns.
There are a lot of browns in this guy. Let's
Yeah.
take a quick look at this
Indeed.
guy.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
gonna
lot
look
of
at
leather.
a bigger picture for myself.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Now, actually, I'm gonna jump this picture. I'm gonna get this picture, a copy of it, and put it on my big screen that's across from us, so it's not filling the screen here that you're watching today. But we're gonna put this back here so you guys can see it there as a reference.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna pick this up here.
over here.
See here. Because I'm using a 2-monitor setup, but now I've switched around and I have my keyboard right in front of me so I can chat with you guys. By typing, I mean. Let's see here. I know it's here somewhere. It's gonna be my downloads probably. Or documents. View pictures.
Downloads.
Where are you, you big old Viking dude? Frost Giant. I know he has to be here. Where do all my pictures go?
There it is.
In the pictures. Right, excellent.
Yeah, so it has a brown leather, a dark brown leather armor. We're gonna start from there.
Right, so dark brown. I mean, that would need like harvest brown, maybe, or just or the burnt iron first.
No, I'm gonna. You're gonna. It depends because that is a reference only, but it's not the same giant. So you have to decide on to.
Burnt iron. Let's see what this looks like.
It's kind of like an iron with a little brownish or brownish silver.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the wet palette. You don't need a lot, I don't think. And I'm gonna put this on the wet palette as well.
Well, you have to decide before which parts are gonna be metallics, which parts are gonna be just leather. If there's any other color of the fabric. The parts of the bone, because in this case here, the one that you're using for a reference only has the horns. The one that we have here from Nolzur, it has a whole helmet.
Yeah, it does have a helmet. I know there's. I believe there's. I saw a picture recently. I know I shared it somewhere, or maybe I liked it on Facebook of the exact model of him. But this exact model of this giant sitting in a throne, and I haven't been able to find a copy of it. And it had his skull head. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna look up on. What would this guy be called? Does he have a special name? I wonder.
No, it's. We were discussing last time. You remember that it looks like a royalty or a big hero, not just some like giant.
King. Yeah.
Because of the armor, because of the bracelets, it's a special due for him. So it has to be a special hero among the giants.
Check some of the Facebook group's photo posts, see if it's there, and then maybe we can use that as a reference. Give me 1 minute, and I'm gonna go back to him, back to our. Go ahead, bring this picture down real quick, and go back to you and your painting. They can have something to watch. Section painting. There we go. So go ahead and talk them through as I look this miniature up.
Okay.
What you're doing, I mean.
2 weeks ago, we also talked about the properties of the acrylic paintings. Acrylic paintings are almost translucent somehow. Of course, dark colors are less translucent than the lighter ones. That's why we use layers, cover one after the other. And because of that, I'm working. You're gonna see that I'm working. All that is gonna be bone, gold, or yellow in this case, with a brownish color.
Found it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's see what just happened. We've been rated. Let me go ahead and get this little thing up here. We just got rated. Thank you so much. All right, that's so awesome.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Ishima. Oh, Shirana, I have not seen you in a while. Welcome to the show. You know what? I think
Thank you very much because of the rating.
I'm gonna change the angle of this camera here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it should be more direct to our faces. So gonna get a little bit wobbly here, that small top camera, but go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Much more direct. Now it feels like you're actually talking to us and not looking down at us like a giant.
Okay.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, that works for me.
I think it's
Yeah.
much better.
And well, we're talking about the translucence of the paintings. Because of that, some metallics, the clearer ones, are gonna show the base color underneath. So that's why I'm using a yellowish color for the gold for everything that's gonna be leather or bone. And afterwards, I'm gonna use the gold in color directly. Yeah, that is a pretty good.
That's the one I was looking for before. I just remember where it was. I'm gonna show it to the
Yes.
group, to everybody else, so they can see it. A
Yeah.
giant reference.
Kind of like he's just resting on the.
He is on his throne. He is a giant king.
I don't know if he's on a throne, but he is sure.
He is definitely majestic.
Yeah, indeed.
Go ahead and jump this picture in here for you guys. Where is it? It should have just been downloaded. My reference picture. All formats. In the desktop. In downloads. Okay, it's in downloads. Here we go. Found him. So this is the reference picture that we're going to use for my miniature. Maybe you can use it as well if you want to. But it's a
Yes,
great
of course.
painting of the miniature that we're painting. It doesn't have exactly the.
Pose.
It's kind of hard to see some of the details because it's come from a side view. So that's why I'm going to use the other image as well. I really like this reference image for the miniature, especially for the skull part, to see what the skull looks like, what his face looks like. His face is almost pale, like a pale blue. I think that's more for the lighting that they had the artists use. I like how they use silver and show this kind of like silver with a little bit bronze in the middle. That is really good. So this is this thing where you can use as a reference picture. It's always nice to have reference pictures. I have 2 reference pictures up now on my other screen that I can use to paint my miniature and figure out how I want him to look.
Yeah, and the one on the left, the one that is of the giant that is sat at his throne, just how do you call it when it's only inspirational?
As an inspiration, yep.
Yeah, because it doesn't show really the colors. It's kind of more like in a black and white, and it has the colors only for the for showing some light, but it helps. Perhaps it doesn't have too much colors, but it helps a lot. Why? Because they give you the inspiration. Continue. Some people just don't know where to find the inspiration to paint. But it's one of the good things about this hobby. Perhaps you see some TV series or some movies. Perhaps you don't have anything like that among your miniatures, but you have the idea something epic you want to paint, or perhaps no, I don't have a. This is a frost giant, not a forest giant. But I want it to look that epic, and that helps a lot.
Apparently, this is by the artist. If
Yeah.
I'm looking on the Facebook group, Storm King Thunder DM group.
Mhm.
That's where I found this thing, and apparently it's from Richard Anthony Marquis. I believe he's the artist. I believe because he's the one who he didn't post it, but he said, "Oh, maybe it's from Philip DeBalt." I don't know who actually painted this thing or who drew this because I'm not finding what the artist's name is. But it's looking like. All right, thank you for following, M. Miranda. I'm not sure. I need to change that thing up here so we can see people. They come and say, "Hey," and we're like, "Oh, hey, I love you so much." Now it's gonna show up and just pop up big. All right, so yeah, here is the two reference pictures we're using. This Harshnag is, I'm not exactly sure who did it, but they're calling him Harshnag. Harshnag. That's the name they gave this guy. And I really like the caption they put with it. It says, "Word out on the tundra is that you lot are a bunch of giant killers." The giant turns his head to look at you with eyes of faded ice. He holds your gaze for a moment before looking you all over critically. That's too bad. Those types don't tend to live long. I love it. It's a great little caption they have. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the stream. I got my reference pictures up here. I'm going to start painting now because I haven't even picked up a brush yet. So let's see, what brush am I going to use? I think I really like this Ronin brush that I have here. It's a number 1 Ronin brush. And let me go ahead and switch the camera again. As always, we're jumping back and forth between cameras. So here's my camera. I'm going to be using a Ronin brush from one of our sponsors. And it's a number 1. I like the head of it. Although after I put that solution on it, it's a little bit spiky now. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. What do you think? Is it good to be like this?
Yeah, do not worry, because that is for a base coat. You're gonna cover large areas with that one.
Do not worry. Number 1, we have to have 1 do not worry. If we get to so many do not worries today, I think what we can do is we can do a giveaway.
Well, we have to clearance on that. Are those not don't worries only mine, or also yours count? Because you have 3
This is on the show. I do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're at 4.
Indeed, you started with a don't worry today.
Oh, that's the title though. That's the title. That's
no,
not.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Just saying the title of the show.
No.
All
We
right.
started with another.
Let's see here.
But we have to know only mine or yours also.
You know, I have rope as well on his feet, so maybe I can use this brown. Or I have leather brown and I have harvest brown. Maybe I can use harvest brown.
Use the darker one. In this case, you can use this chocolate from Ronin for the beginning. Yeah,
that's what
that is for the base coat, for the first base coat.
This is darker for the feet, for the shoes.
Indeed, if you're gonna use that reference, everything that's leather is gonna use that color.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do the chocolate brown.
Of course, the hair, it depends on what color of hair do you want it. Does it belongs to a bear, to a wolf, to a gray wolf, to a brown bear?
I think I'm gonna do a gray-white.
Hey, that's
a gray-white, like a big shaggy kind of winter wolf.
Okay, so you're gonna avoid the as long as you can the hair, and only concentrate on the feet. And he's got clothes around its legs, and also it's wrapped. It has cord around the legs already crossed. It's kind of like he found some bags or some racks and used it as a
See that? Okay.
Yeah, and it goes all the way long. It's only that he used that hair on the ankles.
I'm gonna start with basic, but this looks a little bit grayish, doesn't it?
Yeah, remember that it's only metallic. That is
it's more metallic. So would I use that for his gauntlets? I think I would use that more for his gauntlets, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Unless you want them to be, I don't know, golden, that also helps. So it depends on the color that you want. Mine has those on silver and gold. So I started with the burnt iron for them. That's why I started with burnt iron.
And you're using this for the plates armor?
Yeah, also, because that is the darker one, and it's gonna get darker, so don't worry. That's why I'm just using the base colors.
Get a better angle here.
That's why I'm using the base only for the base colors right now. We're gonna go on building armor and the colors. Remember, always give a good shake on your paintings. A good shake on your paint.
Make sure I got
So it
this
gets
correct. It's
Alright,
so
mixed up.
difficult to really paint.
Yeah, because that's what I was telling you. You're trying to to show them the miniatures directly, but they cannot. That way, you cannot work directly on your miniature. There has to be some point in between.
I'm going around the camera, painting around the camera. That's the hardest part about painting live is to
Yeah,
be
they
able to
can
let
see
people
you
see
on the on the
and see
top
it
camera.
close.
Yeah.
You have to really get it. I like the detail in this.
And
Here.
that's pretty good.
Detail in this is really great. This
I
is a
love
really
that
awkward
way.
way to paint. I'm going to try to see if I can rotate it a little bit, and you're going to be seeing, well, some of me, I guess. Trying to avoid that. Drop my paintbrush. There we go. That's good.
And remember, we're just
I'm going to
sharing some
picture
basic
here.
advices about the paintings. But you also, I don't know if anyone shared what they were painting right now. Did anyone send some?
Has anybody shared what they're painting? I have. I believe. I believe Angeli
Angeli, yeah.
shared her picture because she's already painted this miniature.
Ah, yeah.
We were going to work on last Monday. We were supposed to work on the two not Reaper, but the two Zealot miniatures together.
Yeah, yeah.
But she already finished hers, and her model looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Don't we have
if
the...
Angeli doesn't mind, I can go ahead and get a picture and pop it up on the screen so everybody can see it. Would you mind if we shared your picture, Angeli? Angeli is Geek Girl Bookworm. She's also I believe she's a streamer as well. Yes, sorry about that. Okay, no problem. No, would you like us to show your miniature? I can show a picture.
Would you allow us to?
I need to get your permission, of course, because I believe it's your commission painting. So, would you like us to show that to everybody watching? I would like to do a paint along at some point. That would be great. Can we show your painting? I'll jump on Twitter and find it real quick if it's okay with you.
Where is Angeli from?
Angeli, actually, where are you from? Let's see. I believe she's from over in England, over the other side of the pond. Let's see. If you'd like to go, I'm gonna go ahead and post her information real quick for everybody. You can do Angeli Clayden, CLAYDEN at gmail.com for commissions. And let's go ahead and show her miniature.
Awesome.
It is really, really sweet.
Yeah,
I like
really
it a lot.
good. That's really, really
Okay,
good.
no, I don't want the green screen back. To the.
I love the way she used the colors around.
She really made a great model.
Yeah, that is so colorful. Like the, yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and jump this, and I'm going to pop it up here now,
It's
so
so
you guys
colorful.
can all look at what we're looking at. Source, images, browse, and pictures. Check out this mini that Angeli painted. We were going to do a paint along with her, but unfortunately I got sick last. It gave me the whole webpage. Okay, there it is. Excellent. This is the miniature that Angeli painted. If you would like to do a commission, this is one of her commission works. If you would like to do a commission with her, this miniature is, well, has so many details. But if you'd like to do a commission with her, Geek Girl Bookworm, feel free to. You're at work, so I'm gonna go ahead and type your information in. So if you'd like to see more of her work, you can check out her Instagram here. The Instagram is at Geek Girl Bookworm. Her Twitter is the same. Let's go to her Etsy store where you can buy some of her work. Etsy.com store UK Geek Girl Book. And there is where you can also do any kind of commissions with her as well. I would definitely recommend it. She's a great painter.
A great painter.
So let's get back to our painting. But yeah, that is just beautiful. I love the basing. It's like a dirt brown. I love the almost translucent greens because this is a zombie minotaur. Just look at the details on this. I'm just gonna cover our screen real quick. And just look at those details. It's incredible, no? Oh yeah, we definitely found it.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to say goodbye to our zombie and go back to the painting. And hopefully I can paint this thing without being crazy. Right, now that you can see some of the how it's looking, I guess we're gonna go for a kind of a copperish, and then later I'll put a goldish tone on it, I think. And unfortunately, my girlfriend must know how to do this much better than me because I'm not getting paint. A little bit. Very little. Maybe I need to go back to the style you showed me.
Well, with so many projects that you have at the same time, pretty normal. But yeah, that's it.
I think there's too much water in this. Yep, I think there's too much water. So I'm gonna jump over and grab my other palette. And I think I'm gonna have to get a lesson from my girlfriend unless you have a better idea of how to do this. Maybe with the wax paper.
Oh, that's okay. Well, the wax paper is okay because it keeps the water at bay, so it doesn't get all all wet all the way out. So you can use take some of this paint.
Try the wrong one.
Yeah.
I think this is the same color. Looks like it.
That one, yeah, that's burnt iron. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. A little bit of water. I don't have any water now. That's mixed water. That's your pink
Yeah,
water.
but there's you want the clean one. No, so sorry.
One,
No.
yes. Could you do me a favor and
Yeah, of
fill
course.
this cup? Actually, this cup. No.
Okay.
This one. For my paint as well.
Okay.
This cup. Well, halfway.
Okay.
He's gonna jump over to the sink, in the kitchen, or in there too. I guess it's fine. I know it's in there. There's water in the bathroom as well. He went to the bathroom. I was like, why would he go there? But the bathroom's right here. All right, let's get busy. I'm jumping around like an ADD crazy kid right now. Now he's always suggesting to paint with layers, and I'm not doing that right now. So I'm gonna wait for that water and do a drop of water onto the paint.
There you have it.
And I like to use a syringe just to be exact because I'm anal about that. One drop of water. I feel like I'm doing some kind of concoction or mixture, like some kind of wizard. It feels so wet when I do this, but I guess it's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a really thin layer instead of a thick layer.
Indeed. Remember that you have to. It has to get somehow milky texture. If you use too much water, it's only gonna get a little bit translucent. Not worry, just wait until it's dry and then you apply another layer. It's better to work in layers.
Let me go ahead and get the light on here so you guys can see better. You can really see it. Details are popping out now. Isn't that a nice light? I picked up one of these great lights right here. These are really great for painting. To be able to see details. They really make the details pop for me too. And this bottom part, is this leather?
You have to decide.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Indeed, there are bracelets kind of like this, and then also
underneath it, it has another base or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's leather or if it's something.
There are kind of like this bracelet. It's a piece of leather, and it's wrapped with a little belt.
Oh, I forgot to change it, didn't I? Excuse me. You know what? Thank you for letting me know, Shadaz. I forgot to switch my Twitch. I was rushing this morning. Thank you for letting me know, Shadaz. I completely forgot to switch over from my last night's D&D game, not another TPK. I ran a game last night, not another TPK, and completely forgot to switch that. Thank you for letting me know, Shadaz. He just letting me know that I'm in the wrong category right now. So hopefully I can switch it. I'm not sure if it will let me switch. Yeah, I'm in Dungeons and Dragons. And is it makers and crafting or is it art? let's go ahead and do makers and crafting. Who knows? Makers and crafting, not another human Christmas. Yes, excuse me. I need to switch around. I'm going to switch to the other camera. And let's see here. Switch to the other camera so you guys can watch him while I fix all this stuff up. Can you fix your camera real quick while you're painting? All right. Right. Let me go ahead and fix Twitch. I might have to jump out and jump back in. So if you guys could stay with me, I might have to jump out of the Twitch thing and restart it. So not in the wrong category. What are we doing? We are doing live painting class where we just paint Nolzur's Frost paint along. Miniatures in a class. Grab your information. Get rid of improv. Get rid of caption. Campaign. Miniatures. And painting. Get information. All right, guys, I need to know what is it showing on my Twitch right now. Is it showing that I'm still Dungeons and Dragons, or do I need to restart my stream? Anybody let me know, please. Thanks, Shadzar. Get to state. Going live. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? All right. Here, fixed. I'm gonna go ahead and give you some light here.
I don't know. Okay. Beware of monsters and minotaurs.
Jump to
Oh, you're gonna use it to
use it, but right now they're looking at you as I fix this stuff up. Is it fixed, guys? Let's see. All right, I'm gonna jump out of the stream. We're gonna finish the stream real quick and then restart it, I think, unless it's fixed. I need to check in line. I guess I have to go to Twitch to see if I can watch from a different view. Oh, I'll go on Twitch here. Maybe it'll tell me. Going. TV. I'm going to my Twitch app. And it doesn't say on my thing. Maybe I go to my channel. Saying I'm doing Dungeons and Dragons still. How do I opt out? It's now switched over. Makers and crafting. I don't have to stop my. Okay, great.
Okay.
That's good. Live painting class. Don't worry, just paint. Makers and crafting. Excellent. All right, I don't have to stop my stream. Yes. That's just a good idea. It's great. Great. All right, super. Let's jump back to what we were doing. What they see, perfect. All right. I can go jump back to mine.
Okay.
Well, yours is looking really nice. You are making some great effort. He doesn't waste any time. Me, I'm chatty, obviously. Let's get back to mine here. Because I am also running all the tech. I'm gonna not be indecisive, and I'm just gonna paint this bloody guy. Okay.
Okay. Remember, that is also a thing that you're doing that it's okay.
Just looks like the paint's kind of pulling up a little bit because I got too much
Yeah, that's right. And you took a lot of paint. That's what I was gonna tell you. Just take a little amount of paint, only the pointy end of the brush. You don't have to get all the paintings all the way up. It gets to you have to try not to get it until the metallic holding of the on the brushes,
Yes,
because it that is one of the things that
I'm getting some
that's
paint
gonna
over here.
mess with your brushes. You have to try to avoid painting to go all
Oh,
the
to
way
get
up
all the way
there.
back to the quick.
Yeah, that's right.
So I just did a no.
Yeah, you have to only take this enough. And after you use it, of course, you have to wash it, and to be sure that there's no remnants painting on that part of the brush. Otherwise, it spoils it
I
pretty
am a
faster.
brush spoiler.
How? Yeah,
Guys, new nickname right here. I'm the brush
the brush.
defiler.
That's an epic name now you have. Joshua, brush defiler, terror of the miniatures.
Pair of the miniatures. All right, here we go. Where else do we have some of this kind of? I took plenty of.
Get rid of the excess if you have to,
I did already.
or try to paint for the beginning the larger parts to waste some of the extra painting.
Working on it. Right in here. Look here to myself. Okay. One part I always find hard is like I always mix some. I miss some things like underneath. I always had to check real quick, make sure I don't. I got it. There is some lag with the main mini feed. There is some lag with the main mini feed. Are you talking about the picture? What it looks like? Because I'm moving the camera a lot. That might be why. So it might not actually be lag. It might just be because the camera is moving a lot and I'm up close in front of the camera. I could go back farther from the camera. That might help a little bit. Let me see if that does help. It's a zoom fix here or the focus. See if that helps a little bit. All right, how about now? Is that better? If anybody knows how to fix laggy video, it's slowed down. Okay, huh? Like 20 FPS, right? I do not know how to fix that. If anybody knows how to fix that in the OBS, I can fix it real quick. What would I need to do? Let's see. Video. I'm at 1920, 1280 by cubic. FPS values and 20 FPS. Ah, you're right. Let's get that up to 60. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see if this is better. I had it at 20 for some reason. Is this better? Is it lagging now? You guys, thanks for the heads up. I didn't realize I was at 20 FPS on that video. It should be better now. All right. I need to restart because it could take me a while to get everything back set up again. Sometimes the cameras don't want to. Give it a few minutes to see if it kicks back. I'm not sure if there's a refresh set. Maybe there's I can jump screens. Here, I'm gonna jump screens to my waiting channel. See? and back to paint stream. Let's see if that fixed it. Hopefully that fixed it. Let me know if it didn't fix it, and I'll try something else. The one thing I don't like about this brush, well, even though I know Hill said it was okay, but it's so spread out for me that I'm having a hard time painting details. Like I'm trying to paint this chain and it's hitting the leather instead.
Okay, now that's because you're trying to paint little thing, big, and you can do it. You can achieve it, but I don't recommend it.
So what brush would you recommend?
For that one, middle one, I think you have a 3-0 running. Over there, I don't know. Remember, you're starting with the big ones. And only the big ones right now. You're with the base coats.
Well, I'm trying to do a base coat, but what other things besides the armor can I paint with this?
Well, there's a lot of armor over there. So, yeah. Is this gonna be
this
leather?
Looks like leather. Yes.
Yeah, indeed. This looks like leather or any other kind of fabric because of the but this definitely looks like a chainmail.
Oh, okay.
But that depends on you. If you want it to be leather, leather.
Also, actually, this would be leather then. Also, this would be the leather. This would be chainmail.
Yeah, that's right. Also, the axis. If you want them to glow, of course, it's not metallics, but the after the
let's just do this thing. Let's get this painted in. Probably your camera settings. No worries. Experiment with it later. Right, my camera settings. I think I changed the camera setting, but zero. I'm on the highest FPS, and video format is any. The buffering auto detect. Just capture audio. I don't want to capture any of that. Bring it down to 720. 720. I find the actual resolution. All right, maybe this will help. Here we go, 1280, 720. Thank you for the tech help while I'm painting, because I'm really new to this. All the tech stuff, I just don't get it really. I've gotten some tips here and there, and I just implement it, and that's what I end up doing. So thank you very much, Slime Wizard. That's the cruelest name ever. Slime Wizard. I think I need a Slime Wizard in my campaign. I need to. Excuse me, I need to get this because I need my nose and I don't want to do it on the screen.
Please, no. Talking about slimes.
Talking about slime, yes, I am now the Slime Wizard.
You said you needed a slime, but not right now, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, do not worry. Yeah. All of his brain is already out. So.
Okay,
he just put it back in. So.
If you are doing a paint stream, it has to be at least 3 FPS, so it's smooth. Otherwise, the leg is hard. Actually, watch your brush stroke. Can you see the brush stroke now? Is the brush stroke working now? Let me know, and I'll see if I can change it again, or maybe even just restart the stream because I want to make sure it's enjoyable to watch. It is quite the monster. There's a lot of stuff when you're just starting to learn how to fix. Like there's a lot of things you have to think about. I paint the thing I hate about this palette. Paint's already drying up, and I put a bunch of paint in there.
And that is because of the fan we have in front of us.
Because we have a fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We have a fan to keep ourselves cool because this room is really hot with all the lights and the green screen. Please let me know if you can see the strokes right now. And imagine how annoying it would be to watch somebody try to paint and the video is not correct. But yeah, please let me know and I'm going to do my best to get it fixed. Keep adjusting it. But I don't know how to fix it off stream. That's the problem because when I'm watching it, it looks perfect. I can see the brush strokes. I can see everything just fine. That's the thing that is really difficult for me is I can see all this stuff and it looks just fine to me. But to the viewer, not so much.
We have the direct source over here.
Also, wet palette is nice. I have a wet palette, but it's a homemade wet palette, but it was kind of soaking in too much of the paint. I need to just get a new cloth. Using a lot of paint today.
Also remember, in this case, in Mexico's really hot.
Oh yeah, we are in Mexico. We're based in Mexico City, and it's actually, unlike you guys up north, it is pretty darn hot up here.
Yeah, so we have to use the fan. That's pretty much why our paintings are getting dry so quick.
Now with this, I don't have to actually soak it in water, right? Because it's already soaked.
Indeed, yeah. So it's just the paint.
Spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
All right, let me know if there's still a leg. And well, you know, I wonder if you spores, what color is a spore? Can you paint with the spore colors? Wash and replace your sponges regularly. That is a good tip.
And you don't want some fungus in it.
He was talking about how he had spores on his sponge when he forgot about it.
Oh yeah.
Brought it back out the paint and there was tons of spores on it. I wonder what color a spore is. Would it be lime green?
Yeah, kind of like olive green.
Or would it be like
forest
cloudy white?
On the top of it.
You could use all natural colors. Imagine painting with all natural colors from natural ingredients like fungus and plants. Woo, you could make your own paints. Your main camera is laggy, but your cam with both of you is totally smooth. Bloody heck. Probably because it's so big. How do I fix it? Feels bad, man. Alright, can I fix it? Let's see. I'm gonna jump over to you.
Okay.
So they can watch you, and hopefully let me know if his camera is laggy as well. If it is, that's
Well, that will be a lot of.
oh, now they can see your stuff. Usually it has to deal directly with your output, so generally you want to output 720. Alright, let's see if I can change some stuff around here. Video bitrate is 2900. Audio bitrate is 224. Do recording quality, high quality, medium file size, MP4. Is slightly better. I'm CBR rate control. 2900 bit rate. Keyframe interval seconds is 2. CPU usage is very fast. File none, none. This is 30 FPS. PRF. Let me look at his camera. This is right. This is 1280 720 highest FPS. You guys can know this. You guys know how to find all this stuff. I have no idea how to figure it out. Your video thing out here. Fine now. Okay. 7. It's okay, Slime. No problem. This is from D&D. It's from Nolzur's Miniatures. It's called the Frost Giant, and it's their new line of giant miniatures. They're gonna be releasing all the giants from D&D. I believe this was Harshnot, and it's really just an amazing model. I'm gonna jump over my camera again. Right, let's see what it looks like here. Custom 1280 highest FPS is same. This is. I don't know what's going on. Why it's different. I'm using C920s, but hopefully I can get this fixed and looking better. I'm not sure why it's doing this, but I'm really appreciative, guys, of
Helps a lot.
of giving me the feedback and that the video is not working very well. I'm going to keep working on this and maybe get some tech help from friends as well who know a lot about this stuff. I do not know much about. Video is common FPS value, fractional. Have it at 6 output, and base camera resolution is 1280 19. It doesn't let me change that. Might be because I have 3 cameras running. I'm not sure if that's to do with it. Maybe I can go on Streamlabs and ask them why. The bitrate's 2900. Maybe I need to change that. I think you guys getting a good connection. Steve? Right. I'm going to try to continue painting and see if it's working. And if it's not, then we're just going to switch to his and figure something out with this bloody camera. There, maybe the wires are mixed. Maybe this will fix it. Maybe the wires is getting some interference because it was switched around with another wire. I'm really excited to get this holder for my miniatures, and it will actually hold up as large as miniatures as giants. That's coming this month from a Kickstarter. It'll be a miniature holder, as even larger miniatures. I'm like so excited about that.
You should see him when he told me about it. He was all jumpy.
I get excited when I
Because
get with Kickstarter stuff.
problem is that you get excited as
Hit.
making the no that is good. Problem is that you get excited and
Forget that I'm broke.
Somehow, something like that. I'm not broke. You'll have those hard times.
All right. See you later, geek girl.
Thank you very much because of the recommendations, and that's a pretty good job. Yeah, I'm definitely following you. So I'll see you around. I really, really appreciate the advice that you gave to us.
A geek girl. She's all the way from over in the UK, a commission painter, and one of the supporters of the show. She really is enthusiastic about the show and shows up every. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're so thankful. I am as a painter. So thankful, and I really like that part of the community because they're not selfish. They really like to share or to help new painters or painting all around the world. What they do and help us, what they can show us, or give us advice about
Running out of
anything.
paint. And on the
Remember that you have to work with the small paintings. Do not worry. You just prepare what you're gonna use at the moment. You were you looking for? Ah, yeah, the burner.
which one to use? The palette, the web palette.
I would recommend the palette in the beginning. Once you get used to it, totally.
Well, should this keep the paint good longer? I'm trying to use it.
Yeah, but it's like everything else. You have to learn how to use it. I don't use it not because this is bad. Indeed, wet palettes are pretty good tool to work with. Just that I just use so little amounts of paint. I just take it, use it for a little bit more.
Go. All right, getting this painted nice and quick now. Yeah, I like nice and quick. I could do BSB. I don't have patience to spend all this so much time on a one miniature. It really gets on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
Do not worry that you're gonna learn. Believe me. You want it to get it done well. You're gonna learn.
Yes, I would switch to his camera, swap the actual cams, and use his. Right. Unfortunately, I can't swap it because his is connected. So apparently mine's really crappy, and I'm gonna have to change it over to yours. So they're gonna watch it instead, I think, today. And then they'll see what I'm painting because yours looks better anyways.
Oh yeah, but it's not about that.
But
So,
yeah. Thanks for letting me know, Slime Wizard. Maybe we can talk a little bit later on the private chat, and maybe you can work with you can open up your slots and figure out what I'm doing wrong because it's really frustrating. I want people to be able to watch and enjoy the show, enjoy the class, and feel like they can follow along and not be frustrated by the video. That's the worst. I'll just give some progress updates as I continue working this thing, and hopefully it'll get better.
well, I'm covering so many details on this miniature. It's pretty hard because I have to decide the way that I want it to be painted.
You'd use a certain type of brush stroke to make sure you get the details, or
Indeed, I'm using the same as yours. It's running number one.
no, a brush stroke.
Okay, no. Indeed, well, first of all, we said before we're just gonna take tip of the brush paint. We're gonna use down over here so you can see the water pot pouring. That's one of the things when you I have this one because allows me to leave my brushes over here, just suspended. It doesn't touch the bottom of the pot. You get it out, you don't leave it there because it can mess with the brush. And afterwards, just tissue. Some of us are lickers. Licker, we lick the brush. We try not to here because you have to learn this the basics to it. So we're gonna use the tissue or the palette indeed itself, and we're just gonna pull. Oh, pull
Gosh,
out
dog has
the
fallen.
giant falling. Oh,
It's
okay.
time for the sundering.
And we're just gonna pull out, twist it. Now with the strokes, the main question. We only gonna take point paint, also twisting. You have an excess draw lines by your twisting. You can see you can get pretty good point. Brushes you make some lines. I'm gonna like and to apply the paintings as we are using only the pointy of this, just draw, pull the brush up. That's it. There are so many strokes, so many different strokes. Yeah, we can just dab on it. I'm not gonna use that right now. Yeah, there are some techniques that you can use. Dab the brush, even sponges. We're gonna get there in time. Make some effects. Right now, we're just gonna touch the regular stroke. That's pretty much it.
Right out again.
Worry. As I was telling before, yeah, I got into the part where I find so many details on this miniature that I have to decide which way I'm gonna paint it. For example, yes, we have the helmet is somehow. I don't think this is a dragon skull. More like a deer.
It's like a large bison.
Yeah, something like that. But he's got the armor is made of I think a dragon skin, like that. And you can see over here. I think they can see here. This piece because all the yeah, that is right. That looks good. We were talking about the hood underneath the helmet. It's a piece of dragon skin. There's a claw over here, and also all around there's bone pieces mounted on the shoulder pad. It also has some decorations, but pretty much this is dragon skin. I have bones over here, so I
Probably
have
a
to
white
decide.
dragon then.
Yeah, so I have
He's
to
frost.
decide. I don't know if it's what kind of dragon will live.
White dragon.
But we have to paint it white. That will be hard. And if that is so, also these ones are scales, are dragon scales. His waist, and also there's a fabric different from the chainmail. All these parts are chainmail. You can tell because of the round tips, the rings. But this part is all different fabric. It also can be metallic fabric, and I'm not pretty sure right now what I'm gonna do with this because I wanted to look some. I got inspired by the work of nerdy girl. So no, Ranji, uh, I'm thinking about making some color here, and I think about purple because Frost Blue Giant. I think I got everything covered for the basic colors. Now I'm gonna start applying just a few more colors over here for the bases. That's something on. Remember everything that's bone, gold, brown, yellow is going to be covered in some warmth color. This again, this is only the base colors layer. You can see how now I'm gonna use the shades washes.
What color shade would you use for this one? Just brown, or would you use an actual other color? Just more than one shade.
Yeah, in this right now I'm gonna use only the brown one. Could use the black one for the axis, but not right now because I'm gonna work on them later on. And I'm gonna work afterwards on the skin, on the giant skin, but I am using wash. I'm not touching that the skin right now of the wash that I'm gonna use. Will affect.
Put it in effect. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna apply it all around, and we can direct the the way the wash applies on the miniature. We don't want to make any mistakes. So, as before, the patience work. So yeah, we're gonna apply it just slowly and let you know. Okay. I'm gonna use this running easy shade all over the armor, all over the hair, everything else. I was gonna use. Sorry, I'm gonna back. I'm gonna apply some gray miniature for this. So sorry because yeah. I'm gonna apply some gray for the hair, for the fur. Oh, and I'll make it the wash. I want it to be also covering the. With the wash or the shade, I'm gonna darken these colors. I'm gonna, in this case, I'm gonna use a lot of water into my paintings, make somehow a little ink. This one, it goes to the bottom of the hair part. You were asking, sorry.
So, Slime Wizard, where are you from? How long have you been painting?
What are you painting right
From P&W. I have no clue what P&W is. I've never heard of that before. Pennsylvania? Recently started playing D&D. I play D&D quite a bit. Um, on this stream, we have a actual play that's like played right here in this room with 5 friends, and I'm the DM. It's based in the Forgotten Realms, and it's a really great game. Last night we had a season 2 premiere, and I threw 16 Elite Drow at them. I was expecting them to run away because obviously we kill them. They would kill them. Pacific Northwest. Um, yeah, it would probably kill them, right? I mean, 16 Elite Warriors plus a Priestess of Lolth. What did they do? They decided, oh,
we can take it.
we tried to use a teleportation spell. I cast Silence so they couldn't teleport out. Because I wanted them to run. And they just said, okay, let's just try to fight. And they started trying to shoot at the 16 different Elite Warriors. And eventually they realized, oh, we better run because these guys are going to murder us in a few seconds. They started running. Were starting to fall, carrying their people out through the path. The reason I was having them run is because I had a player who had not been playing for 5 months, and I had him in another room, and they surprised the group with him coming back. And he was a necromancer. Before, he was a terrible necromancer and couldn't cast anything. It was always kind of like, this character has a little quirk. He doesn't wear pants. The wizard that doesn't like wearing pants, so he's always in his underpants.
Okay.
Really weird, yeah.
Sounds comfortable. Yeah,
But
somehow.
it's a little fun
Not
thing
for anyone else, but
exactly. So he came back, and suddenly they see this wizard in robes, and he has a beard. He never had a beard before because he was an elf, but now he has a beard. He's just been studying like crazy at this university. He came back and saved their butts when they were going to die. He sent like 5 undead bugbears that they had recently killed, and it was intense.
Yeah, you were talking about that character last time, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's the one that my girlfriend painted. We had brought the mini back, and I don't know where I put it now, but
Where he? No. Yeah, there he is.
hiding behind the glass. My girlfriend painted this miniature for him from over there. Painted this miniature for him. Modded the hair, so he had actual hair. But this guy came and kicked some butt. It was really crazy. They thought they were going to die. They finally teleported out of there as
After he helped them.
He helped them, and then one of the drow cast fireball, incinerated the bugbears, and that was their signal to say, okay, well, it's time to go. And they all got together and teleported out, but they mis-teleported on the scroll and misread it. And instead of going to the town of Fundalin to warn the town that there's a drow invasion coming, an army, more or less, a 16 is pretty big, they transported to a castle, Cragmaw Castle, which they had renamed Salazar's Castle after a comrade. And so they went to the castle, and they're like, well, you know what, we're really tired. Let's rest for the night. So they did a full 8-hour sleep, and in that time, the drows had access to about 4 horses at least.
Okay.
Because they left all their horses back behind at the cave. And the drow
And they took them.
Went right to the town. They had a half day to get there. So they had 4 hours to just attack the town. And they successfully pretty much burnt down the town and took it over. The Fundalin, which was rebuilt, with a rebuilt Fundalin, they had rebuilt the town. They had a magic shop. And they found that this town was being enslaved and taken over by the drow. And when they found it, they decided, yeah, sucks for them, and they turned
Yeah,
around
okay.
and went the other way.
Yeah,
And now they're heading
that's
down to
pretty
Waterdeep.
bad. Okay,
They're
yeah.
like, yeah, we have no chance against these guys. Let's go to Waterdeep and warn them. And hopefully they can send an army to take this drow out.
Hopefully.
You know, the thing is I don't think it's just the Pacific Northwest, mate. I think it's the same about finding friends. I'm in Mexico City, which is a huge city, but the only friends I found are the ones I found through Dungeons and Dragons through that group. And recently I found Hill just by chance because I took a class with him once, or I didn't take a class. I just met him one time at the game store.
Yeah, you were just painting at the
We
game
painted
store.
together and we got along. And then I hired him again and said, "Hey, let's start a show together and do a live painting show." And that's how we are now. So we hang out every Monday.
Yep. So far as we don't
But
die.
those are the only friends I have. I mean, I think the thing about friendship and finding friends, finding good groups, it is hard to find good groups, and it's also important to find a group that just gets you and doesn't judge you. And your sense of humor or that kind of thing, or gets your humor and can make fun of you a little bit where you don't feel like you're being made fun of, but it's just kind of like ribbing. That's really hard to find that kind of thing sometimes. I started online. The way I found my group, I went to the local gaming store and I said, I'm looking for people to play with. I'm going to be streaming a live game. Come play. I think that's normal. That's part of the world now is people are making acquaintances more than they make actual friends because it's hard to connect with people when everybody's on their phones, honestly.
Yeah, it should help.
That's a big issue.
Yeah, indeed. It should help connect people. Not otherwise, but not the opposite. Fortunately, well,
he's talking about, he says he's able to only really make acquaintance. People don't really want to connect that much. But I've lived literally around the world. I lived in Korea, Turkey. Korea, I found the same thing. I couldn't make real friends. Just people wanted to hang out and drink together. And if you didn't want to drink, they weren't your friends. They didn't want to hang out with you anymore because if you didn't like drinking, they didn't like you. And so I found that, okay, that's not the best friend. And so Turkey, I found some cool people. It was all right. Here in Mexico, I found the acquaintance type of thing really rules. It's really hard to friends. They are really good at making excuses not to meet.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah,
that's what I found out here in Mexico. It's really popular. I used to live on an island here in Mexico, and I mean, we was a little island, 15 minutes to get across the island, and I had somebody said, "Oh, it's too far away to hang out today," and all they had to do is go 15 minutes to come hang out, and I could go there. I was like, "Oh, let's go there," and they're like, "Oh, no, we're not friends anymore. We don't really talk," because I realized, that was that a real friend if they didn't even want to spend time to go 15 minutes, or if they were in my side of town, they didn't want to call me up and be like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, I'm around.
Instead, they're like, "Oh, no, I was with this other group of friends, and I'm not sure how well you get along with them." So it's like, well, thanks. I'm the new guy. I could really use him. Oh, but they're goss, or they're this type of people. Or I was like, well, I'm flexible. But it never really ended up working out. Like, I realized, this person isn't the best type of friend to have. They don't really want to hang out unless they're certain type of thing, and it's like, for me, that's kind of weird. I want friends that just want to hang out all the time, or maybe not all the time, but just to be able to chill out and call up, "Hey, I'm bored, let's do something."
Just the pleasure of enjoy the company of.
My wife is from Mexico. I'm just close to saying F everything and move to Guadalajara. I was in Guadalajara. I know some people there. I dated a girl from there. But I couldn't really say much about Guadalajara. I know it has a climbing gym, which I liked. When I was visiting, I went there and climbed for the day. But I'm in Mexico City. I mean, Guadalajara, Mexico City. I think it's going to be the same everywhere. I mean, for Mexico, it's important that you speak Spanish if you want to make real friends. Really, I speak some Spanish. Not like I'm not fluent. I'm intermediate, but I'm able to make some friends sometimes. But am I able to make really, really close friendship with most people? I'm not so sure because I don't speak their language. They can't really do their jokes with me. They can't joke in their own language with me. And joking is an important part of friendship, especially in Mexico. So I think you just got to keep an open mind and keep trying to find people. The biggest thing is finding similar hobbies. That's what I found. I found my group by going to the game store and saying, "Hey, I want to play a game. Can you post this advertisement of me looking for a group? And here's
Yeah,
my number." And people started contacting me
yeah. Normally they do, because here in Mexico,
because everybody's looking for a
unfortunately,
group.
yeah. The problem is that you get to the age that you have to work normally, and yeah, that gets pretty hard. Most of us live the playing games, playing tables because of that. That's pretty sad. Most of us don't have really the time for playing. That's pretty sad. That's one of the reasons that many people thinks that the role playing games are ended in Mexico. We don't think so, of course, because we still find good people who wants to play.
Well, Slime Wizard, I'm not sure how old you are, but for me, I think that's almost part of adulthood to have people just stop calling you because they just get busy and they stop thinking about you. They get married, and it's not like high school where you know all your life was about hanging out with friends. Now it's about making money,
Mostly,
getting to Benjamins, and maybe going out for a drink if you can. I think it depends on the culture too. Our cultures are getting more where like separated, where they're not hanging out all the time like you used to. You don't know your neighbors. I think that can also play.
yeah. Here in Mexico, the problem right now is that because of the job, the kind of jobs demands you a lot. Normally, in other parts of the world, it's totally the opposite. They take care. You have some,
Sometimes
yeah.
you're like,
Right
you need
now,
personal times. Do you want a job or not?
yeah, that right. Yeah, here in Mexico, unfortunately, it works kind of like that. You want the job? We need you disposable 24/7. So it doesn't work good for a hobby. Pretty hard. Did I wouldn't have the time for this? It was not because of my because I run a store, a little store here in Mexico City. But that helps a lot. That allows me to do what I like. Right now here in Mexico City, we're in the morning. Some of you, as
Well, he's in super morning. He's in the Pacific. He's in
yeah, he's in the Pacific. Yeah, he
like
knows.
California
But
or Seattle or
and
something.
I really hope that he is enjoying some free time.
He's getting his coffee kind of thing, maybe
Yeah,
watching us at
really,
work.
I really hope so. Otherwise, he will be like many of our friends here in Mexico City that are in the Pacific side that are in their jobs. They're watching us. That's precisely what we were talking about.
And Angeli, she was it was an evening for her.
Very nice.
We're pretty much an ideal time, I suppose, around 6 p.m. I think, right? UK, something like that.
About 8 hours after
I think it's
ahead.
different now. We just had daylight savings. So I think
Yeah,
right now we're like 1 hour ahead of Pacific. Usually we're two. Like, so weird. We're in Mountain Time. Mexico doesn't have daylight savings. Like,
no, no, not indeed. Oh, we do have them,
oh, that's not
but
the same
not
time. It's in
the.
April.
Oh yeah, yeah,
U.S. and everywhere else is in March. Ours is in April.
in April, yeah. And I'm nearly done with the wash and just applying it, and it's gonna take to be fully dry. It's gonna take normally about half an hour, but stand in front of me, and you can see that I got almost
Go ahead and make you get into the light. Get back here.
because of the light. You can see more the detail. Well, you can see how the wash made its job. I'm gonna let it dry.
Yes, I really like washes.
Helps a lot. I'm gonna wear down some wash. Lot.
Are you also
This
Mexican slime lizard wizard? Is that the culture shift you're talking about? Or did you move to the Pacific Northwest from, like, say, the East Coast or something?
the
Which culture shift are you speaking of? You just talked about the corporate culture shift? Actually, I don't mind talking about this because I studied communication studies, which was all about cultures. I studied international relations, and I studied everything that has to do with culture and how people communicate. So it's a topic that I actually really enjoy talking.
dry. There's so and yeah,
Mine looking.
pretty good.
Maybe we should switch sheets so we can jump over. Go ahead and switch it for that.
They can see the camera. Yeah, of course.
So they can see me painting.
Of course. Do it.
If you'd like to, you can go ahead and chat on the keyboard. Be the keyboard warrior.
Hmm.
The progress I've been making, not a lot. I'm making sure I get underneath the miniature here.
I've lived most of my life in PNY and PNW. No, I mean the culture shift. How everyone is self isolated. Yeah, indeed. For
I
some
think
of
it's an
our,
online thing. It has to do with the internet.
yeah, it's something.
People don't need to meet in face to face and get awkward situations when they could just send somebody a message on the
yeah, they can
IM.
avoid them, and they avoid them, and that is pretty rough, especially for kids right now. They don't have to confront problems or stuff. It gets no, I don't really like that kind of behavior because it doesn't help you.
It's not
Mm,
healthy.
is that right? Creates a weak we call it here character.
A weak social binding, pretty much.
All right.
It's pretty. You're not able to. What time do we have here? 12:04. We have 1 more hour. Okay. So after I get this part painted, what I'm trying to do is paint underneath, and I like to get all this stuff too, so it all looks natural no matter what people look at. So if I have my miniature looking up the underpants of this dude, it's gonna look like the underpants of the dude. I don't know why that's important to me, but it is like realism as much as possible.
And it is because you know that your players or your friends are gonna take your miniature, gonna check on it. Of course, let me see how this wash goes. I'm still considering if I'm gonna purple on it and about the dragon skin helmet.
I think I got it pretty good. Pretty well covered. I
Okay.
think I can move on to a different color now. I think I'm going to change the brush as well. All right. Let's go to the leather brown now. I do
Okay.
dark brown or leather brown?
You have the chocolate just on your left. Is the last one? The last one on the front? Yeah, that one.
Chocolate.
Yeah, use that. That is the color that I use for these parts. So after the wash, it's gonna be real dark, kind of like the sample you reference. And that remember, that is only the layer underneath. There's a lot of work.
Use a different brush.
If you want to, just remember that is okay to leave it like that, but just take it out when you're not using it anymore. Every time when you use the paint, when you take the paint, wait,
Yeah, I got the whole thing covered. So let's just do this part.
all that is leather.
Go. Get started. Front paintbrush is actually hard. I made it nice but this one. Here's Emma.
Okay. On.
First layer is kind of too wet.
No, that is okay. I'll try to apply it in. You don't want to use it that.
Like this.
I'll try to.
Taking off the paint.
Yeah.
But take it
And,
off.
The excess, yes. You're gonna cover. Right now, it was just an example. You're not gonna take it out, but that is the way that you're gonna apply paint. Like with the other parts, with the other side.
Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm giving you a headache. I need to readjust this camera. Okay, shit.
Well, try to apply the paint as I told you, just line by line. Try to do it in lines. Yeah, like a little harder. You're doing kind of like try to do it, but follow this the way you're doing it like that. You're bending your brush like your point of the. Just try to incline your head a little bit more. It's kind of horizontal, and you're doing it like that. Try to do it like that and just pull it out.
A more flat brush.
Yeah, do not worry. That is okay.
Hey, I can't.
Okay.
I have to bring this to a big screen so we can. Phenomena. Seriously thinking of going somewhere new, but that would mean starting completely new scratch, which is not desirable. Well, I can tell you one thing: since I've lived in Campeche, Mexico, I've lived in Mexico City, I've lived in Iowa, where I'm from. I've lived in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey. I've lived in Korea, Philippines. Philippines is a lot more people meet each other. It's a different culture, but most places are almost the same. smaller towns are better, I think, because everybody knows everybody.
You
So
have to meet each other.
they meet each other. Yeah, they always end up running into each other. But in big cities, you're gonna not see each other all the time because it's so big. That's the thing I've learned from traveling all over the place. But I'm looking. Get this camera zoom it. There we go. Maybe. I'm not sure where you are though. Are you in Seattle or California? Down to Oregon. So yeah, you're in. Well then maybe consider going down further south. And you could just be in a community in a town. It's just people just do their own thing and they don't really care about meeting new people. That is a possibility.
That is one of the reasons where tabletop games, uh, ironically, are gaining some terrain, some parts, and they're losing it other parts because some people are afraid or just
Social interaction.
yeah, afraid of social interaction, and sometimes when they try it, they find that it's pretty enjoyable. Problem is to convince them to try.
Difficult part.
Did I know if did you watch the series of Stargate?
Stargate. Yeah, I used to.
There's an episode.
Shadows Freeze.
There's an
I've never been to
episode.
Seattle.
Never been in Seattle.
So I'm curious, do you think this thing here, this part here, also leather? Goes on top of this is the same type of leather? Layer, so it doesn't matter. Paint it.
You can make it a different color if you want to. But yeah, there was this episode where they find whole city is all empty. There appears a giant robot destroying everything. Where they are about to die, they that giant robot gets attacked by another giant robot, and that's everything they see until they find out that there's everyone is dead apparently, or perhaps they are just inside their houses.
Paint
But
just giant robots?
yeah, that's right, and that's why there's only two giant robots city because they're the last ones, and for a so convenient storyline, one is a girl and one is a guy, and they find them, and they lived all the time in their houses, and they haven't met each other, where and they kind of teach them to
To have human interaction?
yeah, somehow of course they get in love and
You like mechs? Me too.
something like that. But the point is that precisely that they made reference to a society with no one, where no one tags along with no one else. Yeah, can lose that kind of interaction.
In Seattle, is it more liberal or is it more conservative leaning? I wouldn't know. I've heard Seattle's liberal, but I've also met many people that live in or online. I've found that there are many people who live in Seattle area that are actually very conservative.
With like cross.
I've never really been. I'm from Iowa myself, where I came from a small town, but I still had problems there because I think with me, my main problems were because I grew up where my mom babysat everybody in the town, all those kids, so they all came to my house. So I never really had to make much effort to make friends.
Well, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound really like a problem, you know?
It is when now that I have to make friends and go out and meet people.
Yeah, but it helps a lot that you are used to.
Used to things being handed in a silver platter, more or less.
Oh well, yeah. Like that it was wrong, but yes. No, you're open to and to receive any other people, so any more people. So that's good. It helps. You're not afraid human contact,
Definitely, I prefer it.
right? Most of the people they don't. They kids nowadays they don't have the permission to go out and play here in Mexico City.
I had a hard
Not,
time doing that myself.
yeah,
Going out and playing, like when I lived in a small town, no problem because I had a big, huge yard. But when I moved to the city in Iowa, which is not really a city considered here, but kind of more of a just a bigger town, I had a really hard time like going out in the neighborhood and meeting people. I remember the first time I did, I was like this nice innocent boy, like, and we played baseball, and then everybody went under this like a tree, and they started wanting to smoke cigarettes, and I ran home to talk to my mom because they wanted to smoke cigarettes. It was bad, bad. Cigarettes are bad. I was one of those kind of kids. Yeah, I was a goody two shoe that my mom said cigarettes are bad, so I listened to her. I was like that, so I had a hard time making friends. And after that, I didn't want to go outside.
because the world was bad.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of that in the U.S. You're right. A lot of things happen in the U.S. is it's a lot of everybody's getting very polarized about how to interact with people, and if you want to interact with me, you need to think like I do, like the same things that I do. And that can be an issue. I've noticed that a lot online. That people like they try to get groups of people just like the same things they do, which is normal.
Indeed, that's how it works. The problem
But
is when they just limit to that
exactly, I know people from many different life like
lifestyles.
lifestyles, I suppose. Um, my family's more conservative. I'm not. I'm still able to communicate with them. That's an important thing. You communicate with people. Exactly. You have different experiences, different outlooks. As long as we respect other people's rights, as there's some times where I do have limits. When like for example, people want to say I don't agree with your lifestyle, so I'm just not going to serve you or that kind of thing. That kind of thing, I can't stand for that kind of behavior. That's affecting somebody else's life. But if you just like, oh, I don't like this chocolate ice cream, or
Yeah, well, let's have another.
I believe in saving money and maybe not having the government be involved in it or whatever. I can respect that.
Because that is a point of view. As long as they don't have to change your mind or get so many effort.
And do you like gaming? Are you a decent person? That's what's important for me when it comes to making friends. I try to find people that like gaming, for example, or at least are open to things. I've met people, for example, from the East Coast. I know a girl who came down here, and I've met her a few times. She was a first client for my photography workshops because I teach photography, and we've met again a few times. And it's like she is from a very upper class. She's a journalist, very upper class. And when I mentioned that I'm a streamer, she's like, "Oh, you're one of those people." I was like, "What do you mean those people?"
Yeah. Okay, the way that you told.
And she's like, "Well, don't you have like a life, or don't you like?" Yeah, I do a lot of things, and I just enjoy painting, and I like to share it with people. Or I enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is a game with meet people. Like that's kind of like weird, don't you? To go to the bars or something like that, and it's like I used to, but I found people that go to the bars tend to be more fake, and I don't like that. Seems like I'm getting too much paint and I'm covering up the details. Is that what's happening?
No, do not worry. Okay, if you trespass the line, do not worry because that is only the first layer. You can have your mistakes right now. Don't worry.
Right.
Indeed, we're working with this. I suggested to work with this big big pieces because of that. So you can try to work with those, get used to the materials. Um, One of the most important parts of this hobby to get to know how to use the materials and in this case the paintings. How do you feel it? Some people try to let it dry just a little bit because they feel more comfortable with that. Just like the fresh paint, depends how do you get used to your materials. Don't worry, just head try to apply it. You're gonna feel the difference time to time.
All right. See you when you get back. We're going to be here for 30 more minutes. And I'm also going to grab some food. I have not had breakfast yet. I just woke up and I did not have time to grab any food before we started the stream today.
Pretty bad.
Pretty normal. Having food in the
And
house.
yeah, indeed, indeed. That's what I was gonna tell. Not good. The normal for. Indeed, I'm here arrived from my job, the night shift.
You work nights.
Yeah,
I thought you go to work after this.
they move it because of this.
That's nice.
So we don't have to get rush and
I did the same thing. Actually, I usually work in mornings, but I decided not to work any more mornings with this. I can just focus. I can wake up a little bit late, be fully rested.
because of the store because I cannot trade with the clients at night. Got the afternoons almost free. Yeah, the purple convinced me. Use
Oh, you
it.
want to show ahead and show them what you're working on?
Yeah, I'll show them. Yeah, there's black wash and brown wash all over that miniature. Because of the light, you're gonna see a lot of you see it so colorful. We The way we see it here is a little bit more darker. You're gonna see it brighter there because I still haven't decided the color of the skin of the dragon because of the colors. Thinking because right now that it's gonna be in a red or orange dragon skin. Not all of it because technically all the armor covered in dragon skin. Or that kind of weird dearly thing he's wearing because he's got the scales of the dragon around his waist belt. Yeah, pretty much what I'm doing.
Found some Under Armour that I didn't catch yet. Work on that again. I use water with this again. I think you said I always use water, but I have.
Yeah. Remember, you always use it. You always water down your paint. We're gonna helps a lot.
Feed it into me.
You don't want to lose the eyes or something like that of your miniature because you just didn't water down paint second layer. So you used a lot of the paint. Get rid of the excess. Add little.
Hard to make sure I'm.
Talking about. Just let them see what you're doing.
This paint, so I'm trying to layer off bubbles.
Too thin.
What?
Too thin. Water it down.
Use one drop.
Lot for that little drop of paint. Remember, try to use it kind of flat.
Third layer. If any of you would like to support the channel at all, you can always throw bits. Donations are never required or asked, but they're definitely very helpful. If you'd like to be able to donate, go donate at this link. Very link. 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 Me. This is the correct link if you'd like to donate. That's the correct link. Let me. So there it is, the second link I just posted. If you'd like to donate anything today, that will really get me to buy more paints. I would love to be able to buy some more shades. I only have one brown shade right now, but if I can get the funds, I will continue buying more paints so I can more access, more opportunities. This supports everything I do here, including getting lights, new microphones, better cameras, all the upgrades that I do here. It usually comes out of my own paycheck, but whenever I do make any kind of donation thing, it goes right back into to buy more miniatures. Lots of what?
There's a lot of stuff in miniatures. We were looking at the Stilas catalog.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the paint.
That's pretty.
Or the Atlantis miniatures.
They're gonna sponsor us. Yeah, they. I just want those dwarf ladies to come home. They're beautiful. Normally, I haven't seen those dwarf girls. Normally, I don't know. I don't really like them. I know they're kind of chubby and kind of. I don't know how to tell them. Kind of like little women,
Buffy?
women.
Buff?
Kind of like that. But I don't really
Stout?
like the way. Yeah, I don't really like the way they make them see. They make
They
them look.
represented?
Yeah, and Atlantis miniatures. I really like the. They look really nice, really female, but strong. I really like that about dwarf dwarf girl. Yeah, I want to see them live. Great. Yeah, let's let's hope that they send them away. They send them right away. We can have them here to paint.
Yeah, they still need. I'm still negotiating exactly how to do the giveaways. If we do paint them, we're giving them away.
Yeah, of course.
Which is sad.
Oh,
But it's also good. But for me, it's sad because I want to keep them.
well, we want that every single time. Just looking at the paint over there. Sky blue. Nowhere. I think it's the last
here.
one over. You passed the last blue over there. Yeah, that's right. Sky blue.
Does feel gray.
Okay, I cannot see over here. I need this one, and I need one that is called the. I think I didn't have it. No, I didn't have it out.
Oh,
It's not there.
splash
It's not there.
blue.
No, it is not there.
Alright.
Anyway, we're about to finish.
Are getting close to finish
Yeah.
time.
Okay, no, but yeah,
34
we still
34
have
minutes.
half an hour. No, could you please pass the box? Just careful because I don't know if it is closed. If it's closed, it's okay.
Alright, here you go. Paint box. Let's get.
Not sure if I had
A lot of progress today, though. That's
I did. You felt it a little slow before because
good. Came out fast.
yes.
I won't have it watered down.
Okay.
Look at that! Look at that glow.
Well, you felt it a little slow before because we started with only the techniques. That's kind of but you're getting advances as you learn how to do it. Buy it, do it yourself. So
Right about that, guys.
once again, remember you that all started because we wanted to make the characters of our role-playing games, and they come to life. So remind us what your characters are, what you're playing with.
What are your PCs? I'd love to hear your story to PCs. Or have you painted some recent? Feel free to share and tag me in Instagram or Twitter, whatever you use. I'm Winged Horizon. I'll check it out, and if I like it a lot, or maybe either way, I might just share it next time.
What do you want us to paint? How do you want us to paint an elf, dwarf? Perhaps you don't have the same miniature. Do not worry about that. The thing is that you want some advices, or you want to give us some advices about paint card or any kind of miniature, or we can help with that. Paint a beard, faces, because we're gonna get there in time. Do that in our miniatures. Or perhaps you want some specific help. As I said before, only the basics. We're not doing the advanced stuff.
Especially because I'm not a fan.
All, but for our friends in the show, we can help them. We can help their miniatures. Don't worry about that.
I'm not
Just
sure I can help, but I think the lesson for you be able to help them. Me, I'm pretty much that could be beginner zone.
yeah, but you can help them because that would be the point of view of the beginner. Okay, you, and of course, they can see that how you get your progress.
Myself, I am following you right now. You paint yours. I'm kind of following it similarly. I'm figuring out what to paint.
So it works, but they also can see perhaps how you do it, and perhaps looking at the corrections made on you, perhaps they have the same problem. And indeed, perhaps some of them have some advice for me.
different strategies or techniques that they use.
Yeah, and
Good
we can
enough.
try it. Yeah, of course, because that's what the community is about.
Not too shabby. Welcome to a new person who just showed up. If you would like to follow, you can do that. Quick and easy to follow. Subscriptions. If you have Amazon Prime, you can always uh,
Ow.
you subscribe with Amazon Prime, and it's free. One stream per month you can subscribe. This metal, brass.
I use it as letter. Could use it also as bone, because that could look as a big scale, big dragon scale, upside down.
Up. This guy is starting to flesh out now.
Pretty good.
Coming to live to use him in my game.
Parts underneath the armor or are hidden. As we were talking last, these miniatures are pre-assembled. Hard to get to some parts.
Okay. Whew. This guy painted in, filled in. Here we go. So far, I'm just doing one layer here. Later on, I'm going to add some lighter tones. Going darker, I'll do lighter and lighter and lighter. Go in layers. I'm not sure what to paint this thing here. What is this?
Okay, that is just you mean about the shapes?
The squares? Oh,
Okay, that is a
the leather strap?
yeah, indeed. And holding like this.
Okay.
Indeed, just a ring. This one, just a belt.
Go. We got all this there. All right, now paint this. Oh, Oh, this looks like scales definitely here.
Yeah, those are the ones that I told you. Dragon scale.
I'm gonna use a blue dragon.
That
Be like a purplish bluish tint.
metallic blue.
In this getting turned all over the place. Taco Hut. Looking pretty good, thank you. Making some progress since you've been gone. Getting a little bit quieter, but get focused. And I'm making changes. So
You can follow us. Feel free to ask.
they'd be asking.
What are you doing? Where are you playing? What kind of color is that?
I think you mentioned you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Are you playing in Faerun? In the original, or not the original, but the Forgotten Realms, or are you playing Greyhawk, or
Or
in
any
another
other
setting?
play? Yeah, any other play, role playing game, adventure role game like Pathfinder.
I think you mentioned you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, making his workmates, he's forcing his workmates to play with him. Told me earlier. Game based on using a module, or are you doing homebrew? In your first game, are you using a module? My first game, I used a starter set, and it was perfect. Using a module that I've made some changes to. Which module are you using? For King Thunder, one that you bought on DM's Guild. Really excited for the new Salt Marsh. Death Pit of Morla. I haven't heard of that one. That must be a DM's Guild one.
Okay, I'm getting the first layer on the skin. You can see it a little clearer. Yeah.
Our teachers.
A little bit of the skin wider. the rest of the armor and all the parts after the wash. I'm working on the
Layering of the skin, it looks like.
first layer. Use the sky blue running. Working on the next layer. Little bit of highlights. Exactly, not all. I'm gonna keep on working on that.
Games Guild, alright. Okay. That sounds like fun. Well, the thing for me is to try to find a good mix. When I'm trying to think about what to get my players, what to have for my players, I think about what kind of mixes or how do I want them to play, how much battle time do I want them to have. I like to have at least one battle per show usually, but sometimes there's no battle. Sometimes it's just all role play. For me, it's important that they have time to RP, but some groups, of course, don't like RP. They just like to. It depends on the group. But for the first session, I would just have like some interesting NPCs that could introduce a interesting storyline or interesting problem, and let the players roll. I usually try to have like two problems at least, so that they can choose, and I'm not railroading them. More prep, but is it where sandbox lets them feel like they have more agency? They're getting to choose to do as players. So player here, other. Back. Yeah, that's good. Fine, like a kid. Excellent. As I was saying before, if you'd like to make any kind of donations, and for your stream, I would recommend some background music. I've had background music before, but it was kind of a every time I tried to post it, it was giving me copyright errors and stuff. I can't background music really, really want to see here, but it looks like we're gonna be in 5 minutes anyway. I'll do that next time. To help out, especially during the quiet moment. It's a good advice. I drew up the maps and working on the minis. What miniatures are you going to be using? And what level of the what level are the PCs? I guess we'll have to work with somebody else or work with somebody. Maybe I'll go to Stream Elements Discord and ask them some questions. Know that one of my cameras is up and only doing 20 FPS, while the other one's just. Because that is, I have this thing working for you. PCs are level 1. I have some Ratman from Warhammer. Devil's Knolls. Okay. I have some random minis I found at the garage sale. Nice. It's the Dark Wizard of Moloch. Thank you, Slime Wizard, for following. The other is going to be the guide. Double crosses them. They reach the.
Okay.
Excellent. Does this guy, is he going to have any kind of personality quirk? I like to give some of my NPCs like some kind of personality quirks. It just makes them really unique. It makes it makes a PC either love them or hate them.
That makes the story richer. Really nice.
I hate my brush. They don't let me do. They don't let me paint the detail that I paint. They always
Does
see.
not worry.
No,
Right.
it does.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and
And because of that, it hitting this cover that I already finished and repaint it all over.
hold on to get to that. Trust me, it's about practice. Even with
But
those,
your brush is completely different. Your brush is like
I'm
solid.
I'm using a smaller brush right now.
Oh, your bigger ones too.
Yeah, that is the same that you were using running number one. I just
But
try
look
to
at the
keep
difference
it.
of brushes. Your brush is like this, and my brush is like
Yeah,
this.
I try to take care of them. I told you before, and that's what happens. Practice.
What do I need to do? Because this is what I do. Just buy a new brush, cut this
No,
off,
no,
and
no,
throw
no.
it away.
We're gonna use even the old brushes that gets ruined from
This is
time
a
to
brand
time.
new brush. So
Use it and
what do I need to do to get a brush like yours that has a smooth top where I can just paint and not have like
this one is the one that
strands?
you use. This is the same brush as mine. Running number one. You can look at it. Mine. It's
Exactly. So what happens?
exactly the same brush. You just leave it at the. One of the things that you use to do is leave the paint go down into metallic part, so it get the remnants
Oh,
or
they can't see what we're doing.
Okay, the residue gets stuck here, and when it gets stuck, it tends to open. You call here are the
Bristles.
Oh, the bristles. Okay. As the remnants stand inside this,
Makes it
it
spread
tends to
out.
open. Yeah, makes the spread.
So I need to buy new brushes, pretty much.
Yeah, but don't worry. Ronnie is gonna take care of that. The other thing is to keep doing the spinning thing after you use them. It helps a lot. In this case,
But what about this guy? This guy's he's
brand new. Yeah.
he's brand new, but look at the tip. Yeah, it's like it has those little strands that just they drive me crazy. I'll show this.
Well, you have to take them out. You're gonna take them out until they're no more. So it's already plain, and use it time to time until
See, like
until it's
this
done.
is really annoying for me.
Yeah, until it is done. Yeah. Fortunately, that happens to some of the brushes. It also depends on the quality of the brushes. Sometimes even the best labels get one. Oh, and the best brushes or even the best labels sometimes get one.
Well, it looks like I am near the end. We are coming at 1 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Let's go ahead and show the miniatures that we have done so far. I'm going to go ahead and right. Done today on the tube. So here we go. Is one of our miniatures. All right. So this is my model. Go ahead and get rid of these pictures so you don't have to see those guys, and you can see what we're doing here. Right? So he's gotten a little bit farther along than I have.
Indeed, for a speed painting or a quick painting job, you want to do a quick painting jobs, you can do it just like that. You can play with that miniature already.
He's got layers going in here.
But of course, I'm gonna work on that end. But yeah, pretty much you can use that for storyline. That will be yeah, that will be fitting.
I have to show them how you're doing these layers, because the thing is, we're right now you're going much farther than I am.
Yeah, indeed.
And they're not seeing what you're doing.
No,
have you explain
do
it
not worry, because we're gonna show them with yours, and indeed that is what we're showing you while you're doing the job, because I can do it quickly. I can go further, and you're gonna ask about how do you do that? How do I want to do that, or I don't want it to look like that. I want it to work, and that's what we're showing them. What you're advancing, how you're advancing. We're gonna get layers. Once you're covering all the base coats, we're gonna do the layers after the wash, and they're gonna see the layers. The ones that I'm doing are very specific. I'm gonna do a smoother ones next time. You can see the difference. Pretty much it.
All right, so this is the teacher's miniature. Yep. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for the comments. I will see you next week. Next Monday we'll be back. Paint these guys again. In the meantime, I probably will be painting my own miniature. Where he went. Here he is. I'll be painting this guy here. He's my next project because I need him for the next game. On the progress I've made so far on him. He's going to be a regular high elf, and it'll be fun to paint him.
And please let us know what you're painting.
I was having a really hard time with the colors, so hopefully I'll be more comfortable painting him this time. Last time it was white. I painted them. I painted like one thing and it didn't come out the color I wanted. So hopefully this time it'll be a little better. And I do it live. I might just do relaxation because it's a little bit more stressful to paint on stream, of course, because you're trying to angle your brush in a way that everybody can see what you're brushing.
And also the time. Show you as much as we can our advantage.
So thanks for joining us today, Slime Wizard, and everybody else who's here. I will see you all next time. Our next show is coming up is going to be Cthulhu on Wednesday from 2. So I will see you guys then.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm gonna raid. What if there's any other streams going on right now? Here, there's Ross, Graticus, Pro Restarter, and Final. So let's go to Dungeons and Dragons. Pro Restart. Pro Restart. Go ahead and give him some love and let everybody know that you're shopping over to him and you're coming from Winged Horizon. Go. Or wait over there. Let them know that we're coming over from painting some giants. These guys are good too. Bree is Bree. Awesome. Paint